What's up, everyone? This is Soul. This is a kind of a live shot video. So you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to be stuttering a lot more than usual. Please forgive me. Today, we're going to be talking about what I'm calling the ultimate gatherer. I'm going to be talking about like a certain, I guess, character build that you can potentially try out or at least consider when going through your Dragonflight experience, whether it's early on or later in the expansion, preferably early on because that's how you make the most money with gathering materials. Like the video, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to catch us on stream. We're doing stuff like here now, so if you want to be part of that, that might be kind of cool. Hi chat and hi everyone else. So when it comes to the ultimate gatherer, it kind of boils down to two very special traits that I hope that you guys can see as I mouse over them. Here I have the mining specializations open, and I have this certain trait here open that's called mining process. When you spec into this particular node, and you can get to here pretty early, I'll get to the specifics in a little bit, so you'll be able to unlock this particular trait here. Having mastered the process of mining, you are now able to gather ore while mounted on the Dragon Isles. As a master of the process, you also gain 50 deftness while mining deposits. That's speed, by the way, the speed at which you would cling your stuff. Over here in herbalism, there's this other trait here. It's a starting trait, botany, and when you max it out, that's putting 40 points into it. You get this. Your mastery of botany is such that you can gather herbs while mounted in the Dragon Isle. So this is new stuff. These are new things that have been added. I'm not exactly sure how long ago, to be honest. It's been a few builds, and of course things might change over time. But this, this particular character, hi guys, this particular character happens to have, both mining and gather and herbalism. Obviously, I don't have enough points. I can't really test this in such a way that I can have both of these at once, but I can track both herbs and ore at the same time. And so I'm going to make this presumption that I should be able to gather while on my dragon riding mount, herbs and ore, which is nice, which is awesome. And so let's get into more specifics about what the ultimate gatherer should be. Race choice is going to be kind of a big deal for you. And to that, I would say that there are 3 or so choices that I think are ideal. It kind of skews towards the horde. Sorry, other folks, and please correct me, chats or comments if I'm wrong about this. We're all trying to help each other out. Drakthir would be. I'll mention Drakthir first because Drakthir, their racial bonus gives them a 2% perception bonus, and perception is the chance that you'll be able to find additional rare materials inside a given herb node or a mining node. And if that 2% is important for you, great, go for that race. I'm kind of leaning towards either Tauren or High Mountain Tauren, which can farm for either herbs or ore a little bit faster. They have like an almost instant kind of cast speed to their gathering. So I would say, like, if you go for one or the other, that's going to improve your overall mining speed because one of them is going to be instant and the other one is going to be like whatever. So like for, I'd say for, let's go back to mining really quick. Going back to mining, like, you get the 50 deftness while mining deposits. Like, that's not going to be a big deal at all if you're a High Mountain Tauren because it's going to be instant. Whereas with herbalism, do you get the same thing? Yeah, you don't get the wrong thing. You get 15 perception when you get that. So maybe the most ideal maybe the most ideal race for the horde at least would be to choose Tauren. So that way you can get instant speed. You're going to get faster speed when mining stuff anyway. So that might be the way to go. Before you even get to this point though, you're going to have to put in 40 points, 40 specialization points and 35 specialization points between both of these professions. It's not a very fast process. you're going to be mining a lot, you're going to be herbing a lot, but every now and then you're going to be, as you gather things for the first time, you're going to get these specialization points. As you do dailies and weekly quests, you're going to be getting points. I'm not going to get too much into that because the flow on that, I wouldn't say it's finalized. I wouldn't say that it's exactly set in stone yet, but it won't take, I would say that it won't take too long, maybe like a few short weeks. Probably sooner than that, in order to at least get your first 40 points or 35 points per specialization. Now, as you're getting points, you're going to be able to unlock the ability to branch off to different nodes. 1, 2, 3 here for mining, 1, 2 for herbalism. So let's take a look at this like really quick while this person on the side lurks. Hi there. When you first start learning this ability, you're going to gain bonuses to your mining skill. So 10 skill when mining all deposits, and then 10 deftness, again, that's speed. And then you learn a sub-specialization of your choice. It's going to happen 3 times for mining, 2 times for herbalism. And when you do, you're able to choose one of these 3 sorts of trees to go down. So let's take a look at this for mining real quick. So for mining, there's sorting, and we're just going to take a look at this very first trait here. When you learn these for the first time, you automatically get this first trait here, and you don't need to put any additional points into it. So if I had actually, let me go to herbalism really quick. So since I have 12 points here, I was able to learn a sub-spec. So I learned this. I have this active node here, and I didn't put any additional points into it. So cool. Back to mining real quick. So sorting, this first trait will give you 25 finesse. That's going to improve, I believe, your ability to get more materials from the same, or more base materials from whatever it is that you're mining from. This one right here is perception. This increases your chance to get rare materials from a given node. And then finally, there's deftness, which I would say, like, if you were to rank these, or if you were to go in a certain order, I would say go for either of these 2 first. Either go for getting more materials or more rare materials, and then go for like this one last. It's not a big deal. Simple as that. And then keep proceeding down this tree until you max this out, and then you'll be able to get the ability to mine even while mounted. So that's kind of your path, but you're still getting some cool perks out of it and up in your mining skill. So with herbalism, like I said, there's only 2 specializations to go for, but I would say you definitely want to get both. It just depends on what your playstyle is. This first one will unlock your ability to skin plant monsters. Now, personally, I'm not entirely on top of just how many plant monsters or plant type mobs there are in the Dragon Isles outdoor zones, or even like indoor zones, because I'm not sure. I don't really dungeon test, but this might be incredibly valuable for someone who might be on kind of a lower pop server. And if there are places where you can farm like a whole bunch of these plant-based mobs, then great, you're gonna be able to get like a lot of stuff out of it. But even then, you're gonna be going down this path anyway. And then you'll be able to pick up this particular trait. Your new knowledge of cultivation techniques allow you to gather seeds more often than before while gathering herbs. Seeds, at least from some of the limited testing that chat has told me, sometimes you'll get seeds. It's kind of like Legion. You get seeds, you plant a thing, you'll get an herb out of it. Cool, more resources. So getting both of these is going to be to your benefit. And as soon as you get to the bottom of the tree, you'll be able to farm stuff while mounted. Real quick, while being mounted, some dragon riding perks that might be to your advantage. And of course, it's going to be very beneficial for your ultimate gatherer to have access to most, if not all, of the dragon riding skills. So this first one, this one gives you, I believe, a shield. So in case you happen to get into combat, which some gathering characters might not like doing, it'll give you like a little bit of a boost. Or if you wanted to go with something like this, the Dragon Rider's Initiative, if you happen to land right on a node where a mob is, it'll be disoriented, so that way you can gather it really quick. You won't, and if you happen to be mounted as well, you can just leave, which is awesome. Might not be as awesome if you happen to not be on like a character that's also a tank. That might be something to consider too, so that way you don't get accidentally dismounted. And I haven't been able to do good testing on whether or not riding equipment will actually prevent you from being dismounted yet. So, Chad, if you want to help out, that'd be really cool too. And then finally, for dragon riding traits, there is this one right here, Dragon Rider's Cultivation, where gathering herbs or minerals, it increases your vigor recharge rate by a little bit, so that way you can get to where you're going faster. Now, as for dragon riding itself, just real quick on this, in order to really get a good handle on being able to fly for extended periods of time, or maybe even an unlimited amount of time, even if you're not entirely like good at dragon riding, you don't need to gather all 48 glyphs. The glyphs are the things that let you power up your dragon riding abilities. There are 48 of them, but I would say you only need to get at most 38. So that's 10 whole glyphs that you don't need to worry about or search for. And all you have to do really is to not get at the very bottom of this tree, this Beyond Infinity. This increases your vigor to 6. It's nice, but it's not essential. This one right here, that this ability that increases your vigor regeneration rate while you're on the ground, that's nice, but also not essential. At home aloft, though, this is very essential. You definitely want to get this because it lets your vigor recharge that much faster. So whether your gather is your main or if it's an alt, make sure that you have at least 38 points, and you'll be able to like get this trait. Just go straight down, get the trait here, and you'll be pretty good to go. And all these things are account wide and all that too. So at some point, if you happen to see a glyph like, oh, there it is, go ahead and get it. That actually is kind of all I've got for for creating like your ultimate gathering kind of character. It feels like it's going to be extremely powerful in Dragonflight, especially once you put in the time and the investment into having a character that's capable of this. It feels almost OP. It almost feels like it's going to get nerfed or curbed somehow. But so far, this seems like a pretty awesome thing to take advantage of if you want to have like a dedicated character for gathering. I am almost definitely going to be doing this. I just need to decide, which character that I want to do it with. Maybe I'll consider one that's a tank, so I don't get dazed in case riding equipment doesn't quite work like that. But what do you think? And what did I miss too? Because I'm doing this kind of live, I'm doing this sort of ad hoc on off the cuff. Do you have any tips for someone who you want to have be as the ultimate gatherer? And I do apologize for Skinners. This doesn't quite apply to them. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.